My name is Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, and I'm here tonight to read the news from across this great world of ours.
So they pay you to tell stories. I ain't never heard of that as a thing a man can do.
Halt! Stop! Stop! I'm not gonna hurt you!
It says your name is Johanna Leonberger. Indians took you when they attacked your family 6 years prior. There were two things. First of all, the actual job itself, the news reader, the guy who traveled from town to town to enlighten and connect an audience in diverse small towns. I thought that's a job that I would have wanted to have if I had been alive in the 1870s. I thought that would be fascinating. Not because you'd be delivering both the service and also sort of like you'd be delivering a connectivity that people wouldn't have. Look, everybody wants to belong to something bigger than themselves. Sometimes that's just being a member of an audience, but the enlightenment that would come along from stories big and small, how wonderful the world could be and also how dangerous it is. The other part is how often it happened and how common it was in American history for Native American tribes to make raids and take away young children and to raise them in the ways of their tribe, in this case, the Kiowa. It happened very, very frequently. A large majority of those children that were taken wanted to return to their Indian ways. That's extraordinary. That speaks to the nurture versus nature argument that I think is something that we would all identify with somehow. What happened? What would we have thought if we had been those kids, or if we had been the parents of those kids? She's got family down in Castroville.
Captain, why are you doing this?
She needs to laugh and dream. She needs new memories.
Road's closed.
Is that the law?
It is now.
Let me tell you this story. The first day that we shot the telling of the news, we were halfway through the shooting day, and we ended up sitting on the wooden sidewalk of one of our western towns. And we went at it, he and I, about what these performances of readings of the news meant. And I was hell-bent on authenticity and the real news and the real stories, and almost of a dry perspective and presentation of them. And he was bent on the connecting of the audience, of the inspiring of the audience, of the reading of the audience, and of the enthronement of the audience with what this news was. And we went like this for a bit, because he was saying, you must understand, you are putting on a show to bring people together. And I was saying, Paul, you've got to understand, I am reading the news to bring people together. And we had to find this thing that was in there. And that, I think that's a bit different from the previous experience that Paul and I had. Now, inside that was this new combination of Paul's lighting and Darius Wolski's, cinematography that did require, light reflecting off the water and hitting marks and, the horizon lines, and not shooting until golden hour and things like that, which was contrary to what we had done on the Captain Phillips thing. So it was quite I can't say I anticipated the two grand areas of territory that he was exploring as a filmmaker, and I couldn't speak to that. But to me, as an actor in a Paul Greengrass movie, I was experiencing brand new territory as well. That took me a little bit by surprise, but ended up being, it's the best kind of loggerheads to be in when you're making a movie, because you're arguing about how to best get to the same desired place.
So she thinks she's an Indian now.
Jump! She's something in between. Ladies and gentlemen, these are stories of men and women very much like you, waiting for better days to come.
You can't have her! And I'm taking her home!